So here's a 1989 Kawasaki Mojave 250. I think this one has the clutch on this. It won't shift. When you pull a clutch in and push it in gear, it just kind of snubs out as if you weren't pulling in the clutch at all. So this video is going to kind of show and explain what you need to do to get the clutch rebuilt on this. So to start out, the foot peg's going to be in the way, so the first thing you're going to want to do is take that off. So this bolt on here is actually going to be a 3/4. Here is actually super tight to the point where I had to get a breaker bar in my foot to get it out. So when I put this back in, I'm going to put some anti-seize on it to hopefully prevent that if I ever have to end up doing this again. And this should just pop right off, and I'm just going to stick the bolt right back in there so I don't end up losing that. So the next thing that's going to have to happen is take the brake lever off. You're going to start by on the back side of the lever, take out the cotter pin, and then pull that pin out. So then on the back side of the pin, there was that nut, and then in the middle of it, there's that. So rather than trying to take the brake lever off itself, I'm actually just going to get it as far down as I can, and then take some tie wire. So this here should be enough room for me to pull this out without it interfering with anything. So the next thing we're going to do is take off the kickstarter, because that's going to be in our way. That's also going to be a 12 mil. So next, you're going to want to take off the clutch lever, and to do that, you're going to want to pull forward on this and have it slide out of the back. So an easy way to do this would be take a pliers, or those pliers of some sort. And if you can kind of pull on that and use your other hand to scooch it back, that'd be probably the easiest way to do that. So I actually struggled with this for a little bit, and that's to get the clutch cable off the clutch. And this piece here, this is your clutch cable right here, that moves back and forth. And the only way to do it is by moving the actuator all the way forward to get the clutch cable out of the back. And the way I figured out how to do this was to loosen the clutch all the way. So if you look up to the handlebar, there's a lot of play in it without it moving at all. And by that, you can move this back and forth. So you have to get it all the way out. The next thing you're going to do is take out the oil filter, 2 bolts, 12 mil. All these are going to be 12 mil along the sides. Next, water pump. First of all, you're going to drain the plug on the bottom, which is also 12 mil. And remember, it's always a good idea to put back bolts, nuts, screws, anything that you would happen to take out. Another thing that I didn't mention before is make sure the oil's drained all this, because you're going to end up taking this whole plate off, or cover off. So oil's going to come out anyway, so it's much easier to drain it rather than have it all leak out. So now that all those bolts are out, it's kind of weird, I noticed that 2 of these were all rusted and corroded. Anyways, this stuff's going to slowly drip out. Kind of hurry it up a little bit. If you just squeeze on the pipe, and the inlet pipe's coming from the radiator, I'll kind of force it out and make it come out a little bit faster. So in order to get it out faster, so just do that. Make sure you have your cover for your radiator undone, so air can get through there and it can flow out easily, rather than it just dripping through. So I just went around with my ratchet and 8 mil socket, which is everything on here is 8 mil. I think I said 12 before, but it's actually 8. Go down everything 8 mil. I just loosened everything up, and now I'm going to come through with the impact and just pull them all out with that a little bit quicker. And this isn't the ideal working environment because there's lots of crap laying on the floor. Ideally, you would want something with a clean floor and nothing on there, because now I run the risk of stuff getting into the case. I don't think it's going to be an issue, but just to be safe, that'd be better. And it appears that all these bolts are the same size except for that last one that I pulled out, which was the one right directly beneath the water pump. I don't think it's a big deal, but I'm going to make sure that I put all the ones that I pulled out in the same spot, and I go to put them back in. And if you look in the oil fill, you can actually see the clutch. There's your pressure plate right there, and if you look in the back, you can start to see your fiber plates and your steel plates back in there. I guess now it's all that's left to do is just pull off the cover. I'm not exactly sure how well and how easy this is going to go, because I don't think this probably has ever been off since 1989 when it was built. So actually I ended up getting the case off. Actually, it just kind of stupid. There was one bolt right there, right behind the water pump. The water pump sits in there. You're gonna have to take the water pump out to get at it. And then the impeller has to come off. Here, and then there's one bolt that goes on the outside of that. And then I got my clutch all apart. That bearing goes on the inside of there. 5 bolts and spring for the pressure plate, and then the actual friction plates and metals themselves. I'm hoping just after a little bit of separation that they'll finally work a little bit better than what they did to begin with. Now, putting these back together, I'm going to put a fiber on in first, and then metal, and then fiber again, and alternating every other until you get all the way through. So next is the cover, and it's important to make sure you have this bearing in there, because that does come out, and that slides over the top of that. And the bolts, make sure there's that washer on there. So put the springs in first, and then put the bolt in. You should be able to thread the bolt in without it to put too much pressure on it.